Hello, 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 my friends. I hope that my video finds you all doing well and getting healthy out there in YouTube land. Thank you very much for joining me today. I have to share with you my results of my weigh-in at the WW studio yesterday. Today is Sunday, November the 13th. I went yesterday not expecting to see the scale go, forget about maintain, go in the right direction, even down from last week. And what do you think happened? I was so excited. I was so shocked to find that I would be receiving this. And it says, congratulations on being a lifetime member. Here is your free digital tools voucher. Oh my goodness. I was shocked. I thought that I had to wait another week. I think that they kind of maybe saw how much I was stressing out and took a week or two off. I don't really know. I lost track. I thought it was week 4. I don't know. It does not matter. All that matters is that I finally did it. I did it in spite of myself. It has taken me at least 5 years to reach this point in time. And I am just more elated than I can even describe to you. I really didn't even think I'd be this elated. I am just feeling so good about having accomplished this, more than I ever thought I would. So what did I receive? What an incredible achievement. In this little package, I have been gifted with the gold bar. You have achieved lifetime. You're creating the healthy habits that will keep you going on your journey of wellness. Thank you for being an inspiration to our community, your WW family. Hashtag wellness wins. Look at that. So exciting. I'm almost speechless. If you know me enough by now, you know I can never be speechless, so I'll say almost. Okay, let me share with you a couple things before I talk to you about the meeting. I was gifted last week with this very nice recipe card. Each week that you go into the studio, for the most part, you get a recipe card. This is sheet pan sausage and peppers, onions and potatoes. I happen to be a fan of all these foods. So that's going to be coming up in a video. How easy can this get? And so you can look forward to that coming to you soon. And this week, I have not even really looked at this yet. This is spicy pumpkin rigatoni. Sounds very delicious. It says the prep time is 20 minutes, 15 minutes to cook it, and it serves 4. So down the line, my hope is that I will be making some of that too. Okay, everybody has been talking and talking and talking about the changes coming to WW, and it's now going to be called Weight Watchers, and it's been an ongoing thing. It's probably past a month now. I can't even remember because I've been so focused on this maintenance, which I am thanking the good Lord above, that I am done with. Talk about stress. This has been the most stressful. I mean, I've had stuff going on, as you all know, with Samantha. Our family has been through the ultimate ringer in this past a week ago Friday. Her parents, Samantha, having had her double organ transplant, and after that, 2 surgeries, one to remove a clot from her liver, to graft the vein into it from her biological liver, and the second one was to put a stent in. She's going to need another stent. But as of this morning, the news is wonderful. She stopped bleeding internally, and she was getting a spa treatment from her sister, who's an esthetician. So beyond elated, thank you all for your prayers. I'd ask you to continue them. Keep Sam in your thoughts and my family. The road ahead is still quite long, but any good news that we get, we celebrate triple time. Tough kid, really just an amazing human being. So I thank you for keeping her in your thoughts and prayers. So the cortisol level must have been up there for me over these last 6 weeks, increasing by the week, because when I got on the scale yesterday, I was down, but and made it through for them to tell me I became lifetime. But I have to tell you, inside of myself, I didn't feel that way at all. I felt very, very heavy, a real weightful heaviness. I can't say so much bloated, but to describe it, I just felt very heavy. And then last night, after I got home, and this morning, I felt a whoosh. Now, what is a whoosh? Generally, if you look it up on YouTube, it's going to be described as when you lose fat from your fat cells, they fill in with water, and then eventually you either maintained or you gained weight on your scale, and then all of a sudden, they call it a whoosh. Your body releases that water and empties out those fat cells. So this morning, I woke up, I was a pound less, 1 whole pound, which goes to show you that sometimes your body does not cooperate. And there are things going on in there, even though you've done everything you thought you needed to do, and you get on that scale and your scale it's like, what are you, lying to me? That number can't be real. I'm supposed to go down. I'm not supposed to go up or stay the same. Or, oh, I only went down 0.2. And then the next day when you don't weigh, or maybe you do weigh, you get the same number or a different number that you don't like. And then all of a sudden you get that number that you really like, and it's a surprise. That to me is your body just reacting to whatever. Your digestive system is either keeping things in because of the way you ate. It doesn't mean you ate wrong. It could just be that you ate more carbs, white foods as I call them, and maybe it takes longer to be digested and to be to go through your system, and it's affecting your number on that scale. For me, I have to tell you that whoosh was unexpected this morning, and from yesterday to today, and I really it's how I feel. I'm going by how I feel. I'm not going by what the scale said. I feel much better, and that is of most importance to me. As long as I'm in the right direction with the number on that scale, in keeping and maintaining, I want to feel good. You know, someone in the meeting yesterday turned around and said, I bet you feel, accomplished and wonderful. And I said, truthfully, I feel healthier having taken the 30 pounds off. Now, how I felt this morning was much healthier. And that is how I want to feel. I hope to feel that way every day. Is it going to happen every day? Probably not, because you have to be realistic about these things. The most important thing is that you never beat yourself up, that you give yourself kudos, because this is hard work and it's not always going to go. Acknowledge it is not always going to go in the direction you wanted it to go in that given day that you wanted it to be there. Okay? The sooner you do that and give yourself that grace, I think the sooner you're going to become a much happier camper. And that to me is very important, because it gets really dangerous when we become unhappy campers, because our expectations were up here, and rightfully so. You did your work, your expectations are up here, and then boom, what you thought and expected didn't happen. And when it doesn't happen, it's very painful, and we get angry and we get upset and we beat ourselves up, and that is when it gets dangerous, because that can mean the difference of staying on whatever plan you're on to get healthy or stay healthy, and trashing it all, putting it in the garbage, and then we know nothing good comes after that. Maybe a day or so of not so good after that, or maybe a month or so, or 2 months or so, or a year or so, because we never really know, to where we can prevent it. But what we can prevent is the way we think about it. That can help us prevent it. And if you can keep on doing that positive self-talk, get your support in your meetings, get your support in your Facebook groups, get your support from your YouTube people that you watch. It is important that those sources of support are what will get you through. And that is why I love Weight Watchers so much, because of the support that I get in my Weight Watchers community and from my coach, Michelle, who I cannot say enough wonderful things about. That woman has become a friend to me. I keep saying it. I can't say it enough. I can't thank her enough, because Without her, I wouldn't have gone back, and I am glad I did, because I need to be with my community of people. Even if I do Slimming World, I'm not in the UK where I can go to those meetings. I can do a podcast, but it's not the same thing as going into Zoom with people I've been with for 5 years and talking about the stuff that we talk about. You know, after a while, you get connected to people. And I think it's critical that we be connected in some way, shape, or form with people who are in the same boat we're in. I can't stress that enough. However you can do that. I mean, go to Dish with D. She does such a great job. That woman is amazing. The devotion she has to her community of people is just so commendable. And she doesn't get anything for it. Pardon me, that was just Leela coming into the video because she loves it. Hi, Leela. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing Zoom meetings now. I think more than 3. I don't know if she's up to 3 times a day. Again, we have the Glam Squad, which is, I think it's at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time every day. There's a link. Go to Dish with D's crew, join that group. Especially if you're a religious Weight Watchers person. I think that you would really be very happy being a part of that community. I know I am. Recipes with Roy, join his group. There's so many. Finding Our Way, WEIGH, that's Jennifer Lynn's group. And Roy's also in there, and so is Brie. Balancing Life with Brie. Really good people. Watch Kim. Kim will inspire you. Trust me. She has a different journey that she's on right now. But that journey is no different in the end of the day than the one that we're on emotionally. Whatever plan we're on. Joe's Slimming World journey. Joanne Morgan. Wonderful human being. Great to listen to. In fact, I'm also going to be sharing Valerie Reese's recent weigh-in. She's reading from a book. She does every week a chapter in a book, and we're on our second book that I know of with her. And this week's chapter, I think I found very inspiring, so I want to share it with you. Anyway, 12 minutes has gone by. I am not going to keep you any longer. I can only say this. I am going to keep you a little bit longer because I have to make sure that I cover this with you. This is my take on what's going to be happening tomorrow with our app, okay, in the WW community. We are Weight Watchers. We are no longer Weight Watchers Personal Points. We are just Weight Watchers, and we have points, okay? They're changing. We are no longer going to have personal ones. We are all going to have the same 0-point foods. I'll give you the list that I found, and I think it was someone on D's, to give credit, group that posted this. Non-starchy vegetables are going to be 0 point. Fruit and eggs are going to be 0 point. Yogurt and cottage cheese, the plain and non-fat versions, are 0 points. Chicken and turkey breast, that would be the one that you cook. Boneless, skinless, I would imagine, because that's what it always was. Beans, peas, and lentils, 0 points. Tofu and tempeh, and then last but not least, corn and popcorn. I know that that's going to make a lot of people really happy. Myself, some of these I was already having as my 0 points. Eggs was not one of them this time around for me. But the rest, there's some of them in this list that have been added. Because I did have the yogurt, the cottage cheese, the chicken, the turkey, and the non-fat starchy vegetables and the fruit. Those were mine on personal points. If you're a diabetic, there's a new diabetic program. Your 0 point foods, from what I understand, are going to be eggs, fish and shellfish, chicken and turkey breast, beans, peas, and lentils, tofu, and tempeh. Your fruit will have points. I can only tell you this. The way your points will be calculated for you, your daily points, and your weeklies, is your age, your sex at birth, your weight, I guess how much you have to lose, and whatever other value. I think, yeah, it's age, sex at birth, and that makes sense, and how much weight you have to lose. Because if you have a lot of weight to lose, your points will probably be higher than someone else who's got the last 10 pounds to lose. So that, and it is not the blue plan, because when they changed it over to personal points, in their algorithm of how they calculate points, is fiber, which was not when it was Blue Plan. Saturated and unsaturated fats was not considered highly when it was Blue Plan. So that's going to stay. And rollovers are going to stay, activity points are going to stay, and roll over to weekly budget if you choose to put them in there. And I think that was it. That was all that was shared in my meeting and from what I could find out. Tomorrow, as I understand, if you're in the studio, I think Mrsroedee mentioned that this morning that you can go into the studio for one meeting if you are only a person who participates in the program using the app. So this might be a good time to make use of that. Call them and find out. I don't think anybody's going to throw you out of a meeting. If you walk in and you sit down and you ask questions, they're not going to say, we need to see, that you are a studio person. At least not in Newburgh or even Poughkeepsie. I don't think anybody's going to say that to you. If you have the ability to access meetings on the app, you can go in according to what I heard Dee say, all day long they are giving information out in the meetings that you access through the app. So that's about it. You can also tomorrow choose to stay for another month until December 11th on the current WWPP plan. If you decide to change it tomorrow, it's my understanding from my group coach this morning that once you make that change over, you cannot go back. So proceed with caution. Don't experiment. Tomorrow won't be the day to do it. If you're thinking you need to stay with WWPP plan, then my suggestion to you would be to stay until either through December 11th, if you don't want to change it until after Thanksgiving. A lot of people were encouraged, if you're concerned about Thanksgiving, to just maybe stick with the personal points and then change it after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be changing over, so I will give you all my info in the next video where I talk about this. And that's it for now. 17, almost 18 minutes later. So anyway, thank you again very much for watching my video. I'm going to look very forward to seeing you in the next one. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thanks again. I'm going to say goodbye for now.